Joy, 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 joy.
Love.
Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Happiness.
Oneness.
Oneness. Peace. Peace.
Groundedness.
Openness.
Appreciation.
That and so much more will be experienced here tonight. So let's do it and have fun and dance!
Just a simple chant.
It's right here? I mean, a keyboard?
Yeah.
Take off the gloves.
And then you can do whatever, another song, our prelude music. We know some more people are coming.
Start singing, give them the melody. Time for requests, but somebody, I came in here just to test the piano, and they wanted this one here. There you go. Of course, there's more to it than that, but, you know, just a little bit. All right. Are we ready? Okay. Any announcements before I start?
No, yeah, you're not, just one more prelude song.
Oh, okay.
And then you sit down and we'll call you back up.
I have a variation. I heard something along the lines that went like this. Something like that. Are we ready?
Ready? No. You're ready.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You can come sit down here. Yep. All those things. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so excited you're here. And we have 2 birthday girls in the house tonight, so Liz and Betsy. So welcome to Spiritual Unity Movement. We are here every month at the time of the full moon. And did we see it tonight and last night? It's so beautiful, so beautiful. We are here tonight to receive and radiate spiritual energy. We do these, and we've been doing these full moon ceremonies for over 20 years. And it's because we're linking up with people all around the globe that go out wherever they are on the globe and look up to this full moon and see and feel this magnificent energy. And we're so excited to link up with people all around the globe that are wanting peace in their hearts, peace in their minds, and peace on the earth. So we have some clipboards. No? Yes? Yeah. Well, if anyone's here and they haven't signed up for our emails or our phone call, the clipboard is where you do that. So I would encourage you to do that. Also, we have Florence Riggs is back there. She is the director of our healing ministry, and we have a prayer box that she's holding. So, and prayer cards back there. So if anyone would like to put a prayer request in the box before they leave tonight for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for the earth, Florence and all of us, and she has a huge, beautiful cadre of practitioners and healers that pray over the prayers all month. Off and on, we all look at it and pray. So I would encourage you to do that. Our mission statement is as follows: to celebrate the spiritual unity of all life and raise the consciousness of light and love through community meditation and education, and to inspire and empower those who attend the World Healing Meditation ceremonies and all of humanity with the life-transforming experience of healing, oneness, and unity. We are saving our planet from the inside. Aho, and welcome. Welcome. I like to say this for the people that are zooming in, that we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We are an all-volunteer organization, so it's your donations that allow us to rent this building once a month, to put on these beautiful ceremonies, to pay an honorarium to our speakers and musicians. So there's something in the chat, a link. Frank will put a link in the chat, so for you to donate. And we have a basket here for all of us here. So I think that's about it right now for our opening words. So welcome. I'm going to ask Dina to come up, and we will do our opening ceremony. Thank you. Oh, yes. End of the year tithing and giving. We could be that tax donation. So here comes Miss Dina, and here comes someone else in the door. Welcome. Okay, you want to come up? Oh, you're little. You can go that way.
Don't touch it. Good evening. I would like to ask if you would join me in a breath. We're about to perform a ritual of connection, a ritual of presence, a ritual of unity, and a ritual of transmission. The transmission portion of this is very important and vital because we're transmitting ourselves throughout the tapestry of the universal matrix of being and creation and creativity. And in this moment, we are creating like crazy. So, if your cell phone is still on, mine likely is. Frank, please. If your cell phone is still on, please turn it off. We're going to eliminate that vibratory field. And we're going to merge more with our own in a conscious, direct, and focused way. So one more deep breath. Thank you for joining your light with ours. We begin our full moon meditation this evening with an invocation. Great Father, Mother, God, and Goddess, be with us here now. Hold this space sacred from which we may do our work. Open our hearts to your golden light, that we may radiate love into the hearts of all. Open our minds to your divine knowing, that we may radiate understanding into the minds of all. Open our spirits to your infinite presence, that we may radiate awareness into the spirits of all. One heart, one mind, one spirit, unlimited and indivisible. Be still and recognize and know God is. Acknowledging that spirit is one and the paths to God are many, in our opening ritual, we will honor the world's religions and the many names of God with a quote from each religion on the topic of love. A bell will be rung and a candle lit as the name of divinity is sounded for each of the major religions of the world, after which we will sound the Om. Om is an ancient sacred tone, a deepening. Sounding the Om allows an intoning of grace, balance, and empowerment. There is no right or wrong way. Simply relax into your own tone, open to the nuances of this sacred sound as it moves through you. And our opening ritual will conclude with all of us sounding the Om several times, each on your own note and in your own time, in a continuing free-form rhythm, creating a tapestry of healing sound. Tonight, we honor all religions as expressions of the one God, Great Spirit, Divine Essence. May the wellspring of love find in us an unimpeded channel. In the sacred tradition of Taoism, that's my bell. The Tao, Spirit, arms us with love. In the sacred tradition of Hinduism, Om Ishvara, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. One best worships the Lord through love. In the sacred tradition of Buddhism, ding, Lord Buddha, cultivate a heart of love. In the sacred tradition of the sacred feminine, the goddess in all her forms, the divine mother loves, nurtures, and sustains all. In the sacred tradition of Judaism, Adonai Elohim, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and your neighbor as yourself. In the sacred tradition of Christianity, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, God is love. In the sacred tradition of First Nations, people of all lands, love is the medicine that holds all life together. In the sacred tradition of Islam, Allah, this is love, to fly toward a secret sky, to cause 100 veils to fall each moment. In the sacred tradition of all other religions. And you may now together say any additional names of divinity that you would like to invoke. Asotenai, meokati, eshoyata. Let us now close our eyes and uncross our legs and draw in a nice deep breath. Allow that breath to take your attention and your energy deep within. And imagine as you sit here that there's a portion of yourself that you know and are aware of. And it is connected to all that is, operating through you. And now as you sit there, imagine and intend a bright light above your head. And its energies are flowing down upon your head. Sending its radiance through your shoulders, the torso, the organs, filling your body with being. And as this energy fills your space, your legs, your feet. We feel the connection between the earth and who we are. And we draw energy up. And we meet ourselves in the middle. Allow yourself to extend the energy field that you are outside of this space with a breath in. Take it now, please. And on the exhale, we radiate the entire planet, transmitting love, love's vibration, peace, healing. We send love out over the planet. And as we ground this space here tonight, allowing ourselves to be more than we were when we came in, we connect with each other on a conscious level. And as the night progresses, we remain connected until we end. Thank you for your time, bringing your attention back to this place, this time, feeling your connection in the seat, feeling your feet on the floor, feeling and hearing the current moving in the room. I invite you to gently open your eyes and recognize this beautiful ceremony that you are creating. And I invite up Liz for the message of the moon.
Hey, everybody. Hi. So, oh my gosh. Did you see the moon? Did you see the moon? And then did you see Venus, like right next to it? Yeah, okay, it's amazing. So, the sun is in Sagittarius, right? The moon is in Gemini. Mercury's in retrograde. The full moon's rising with Venus. We have meteor showers, and it's my birthday. Woo! It's also Betsy's birthday. So, okay. Gemini ruled by Mercury is our planet of mind and mouth, okay? It aligns with Jupiter, which is our planet of luck, dice rolls, and overflowing cups. The full moon, known as the cold moon, invites us to, the key words for it tonight are like reflection and closure, renewal and rebirth, inner strength, spiritual cleansing, heightened intuition, gratitude and appreciation, emotional healing, wisdom, insight, spiritual connection, transformation, and of course, balance. Right? It's all about balance. So, I find that when I'm researching these full moons, it's kind of interesting because usually the moon sign and the sun sign have a lot of opposite attributes, right? But I actually noticed like Gemini and Sagittarius have a lot of similar ones, right? So there's like the love of travel and adventure and people and curiosity. So I found that kind of interesting that there are actually a lot of attributes that cross over here. The distinguishing characteristics of this full moon are words as medicine, knowledge as power, conversation as currency. So dive into the realm of dreams, intuition, and spiritual connection while navigating through our self-imposed illusions and delusions, becoming more discerning about what reality really is. All right? It's easy to get into the story, right? And it may not be true. And the thing about Sagittarius energy is like, we believe it's true. Like whatever story we're telling, we can convince you and ourselves that it's true, right? So be careful. And so at worst, Gemini is caught up in the current of inoculations, obsessed with knowledge, like knowing everything at the expense of understanding nothing, right? Whereas the shadow side of Sagittarius is blunt, rhetorically right, like I said, just assuming we know the truth, and obtusely optimistic. Right, we just are. So, with that being said, when you leave here tonight, right, get out there, see a shooting star, make a wish, right? You like the most outrageous wish you could imagine, and know that all your dreams will come true. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Om Shanti, everybody. Come on up. And feel free to move your bodies around as we acknowledge that oneness with each other. Yeah. Let there be peace in my mind. Let there be peace in my heart. Let there be peace in the earth. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om.
Rattles,
Om
percussion,
Shanti,
drums.
Om
We got some.
Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om. Peace within my mind. Peace within my mind. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my mind. God and only God I live to see. Peace within my mind. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my mind. God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om. Peace within my heart. Peace within my heart. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my heart. God and only God I live to see. Peace within my heart. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my heart. God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om. The earth. Peace within the earth. God and only God is moving me. Peace within the earth. God and only God I live to see. Peace within the earth. God and only God is moving me. Peace within the earth. God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om.
Thank you for the harmony. I heard you.
That was beautiful. Thank you for participating and wishing peace on earth through Om Shanti. And thank you, Liz, for that beautiful message of the moon, and Dina, that beautiful opening ritual. So now it's the time for our keynote speaker and musician, Michael Leon. So I'm just going to give you a little brief bio, and he'll tell you everything else you need to know. Michael Leon has always been interested in languages and travel. From civilian to military travels, he has been to all points of a compass, north and south of the equator, from Anchorage, Alaska to Buenos Aires, Argentina, and from Paris, France to Beijing, China. Michael has been there, not to mention all 50 states in the USA. I don't think very many people can say that. Born and raised in Los Angeles, California, Michael has lived right here in one of the greatest multicultural cities in the USA. He loves international foods and music from around the world. This evening, Michael will present how spiritual living is reflected in language and music. Without further ado, we are so excited, and look at this beautiful man, how he dressed up for us in this season, Michael Leon.
How much time do I have?
You have like 40 minutes.
Okay. Mic test. Good? Good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Leon. It's nice to see everybody here. I'll do a little more of an introduction. So with the military travels and then with the civilian, I worked overseas, both as a civilian and military, because of what you call the duty stations. So, and then vacation time, all right? And a little bit of explanation with the 50 states. I lived in 7 of the states. I was born and raised here. And some of the things were in duty stations, and some things were visiting relatives around the country. They moved, right? And so, and then the next was, I'm a commercial driver too, so a truck driver, so I've been through a lot, okay? So, but also, I flew to Hawaii and I flew to Alaska just for vacation, just to let you know. I couldn't drive. I know they have those technologies, but I didn't do it, all right? Just to let you know, okay? So, my family, basically my background, the DNA and everything else like this, you can see what I look like now, but I actually have the DNA without explaining. Well, here's a simple answer. I was born in the USA. It's a melting pot. So something from Africa, Asia, and Europe. So I'm familiar with these cultures, and they always say is, you know, my mom had said, before you go out in the world, make sure you see your own country first. All right, so that's what I did. And then in between times, a couple of states here, then I go overseas. And specifically, relatives. So we have ancestry from a particular part, whether it's Africa, Asia, or Europe. So if you can, do that, and that's what I did. Here's a funny story I want to say with this. I was on leave, and I went to Hawaii, Oahu. Usually you do that when you're newlyweds or retired, right? So, but I'm doing all this before either of those, okay? So as a young man, I traveled. I'm sitting in the Hawaiian Culture Center on the boat, and I have the newlyweds and I have the retirees. And then you know how they take the picture? I was the happiest guy. I'm right in there like this, and then the newlyweds are like this. And then the retirees are like this, right? And then they asked me this question. I didn't know. And the newlywed says, what are you going to do when you get married, if you go out of these places. I said, I'll do it again. The world changes. You know, in 10 years, it's a different place. And the retirees would go like this. Yeah, do it when you're young. Don't wait. If you can do it now, do it now. You know, so I never had those kind of responses. I never thought about it. But anyways, let me go ahead and get my billboard up over here. I wanted to do some writing and some music, and I'm going to combine it at the same time. Do we need that background? No. Okay. I want to make sure you can see the whiteboard. I might do this, and I might do this. Can we see that? Yes. All right. I have to say, before we begin, I like to say that, simply said, there's 3 kinds of information. I'm going to do this quickly. And an abbreviation. I'll put info. Okay? These don't have to be any particular order, all right? We learn a lot of things. Misinformation. Disinformation. And go figure. Okay? So they say this. Misinformation basically is a mistake. All right? You believe a particular culture or a language, something you've learned, it might be wrong. Sincerely wrong. There was no harm intended. It's a mistake. Okay? The disinformation, this is when it is deceit. It is actual lie. It's not true. The truth, they say, okay, wise guy, what's the truth? The absence of misinformation and disinformation. It's a simple answer, but some people say, I can't tell the truth. That's where it takes God's help, intuition, to distinguish, to perceive misinformation, disinformation. And when you travel, your eyes get open. You get out of your box and you say, these people are fantastic. This food is great. I like to live here. I heard you guys were mean. Okay? Sometimes you find out, oh, it is true. I don't want to live here. It's too hot. Okay? There's no water. I'm drying out. Okay? So traveling is broadening. I'm going to get specifically more on the language and then with the music. Okay? Something you haven't. Maybe I'm preaching to the choir. Maybe you've heard this before. Maybe something like that. So, here we go. I like to start with the music first. Music is a language also, all right? Music incorporates the numbers and the letters. But except with music, you have sound that goes with it. If I'm just talking to you, I'm not really singing or chanting, it's just neutral. But with music, there's numbers, and then there's letters, okay, to it. And at the same time, it creates pictures in your brain. So when you listen to music, you can tell, I like the vaudeville, you can tell when the bad guy comes in, the good guy comes in, here comes the wind, right? So by the sound. That's a whole topic by itself with different frequency, how it affects you, your mind, body, and soul, your spirit, okay? With music, so it incorporates the numbers, okay, letters, all right, and it creates pictures in your mind. There's more to that because it hits the emotions too, right? The heart, the mind, the spirit, everything else. So I'm going to do this. With language and music, you know there's an accent. Some of us have an accent. It's distinguished from one country to another. We're speaking English, but the English might be different. So the words and letters I write, you can say, well, that's not how you say it. That's how they say it here. You spelled it wrong. That's how they spell it there, okay? Let me show you quick examples. What's that? British color. What's that? Okay? When I go to these other languages, you can say, that's not how they write it. Yes, they do it here. Yes, they did it this time period. Yes, they did it 100 years ago. Yes, I know it changed. All right? I do know the differences. I don't know all of them, But you have things like this. I'm doing numbers. What do you think? No, that's a 1. No, it's a 1. But you know, you can misinterpret. That's a 7. That's a 1. What number? What number? 2. Okay. Some people, you might see this. Okay? Now, when I'm writing in Chinese or I'm doing Latin, if I'm going to do Hebrew or any of these other languages, there are differences, just to let you know. So I know it. All right? It's not a mistake. I'm doing it in one particular version, like Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. Just to let you know. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I know those different variations. Okay? I'm just going to go quickly through this. All right, there's more to it, but I ran out of room. So when you see some of my letters, when I write these other words, I know there's variations, just to let you know. Okay, is that understood? And there's different pronunciations too. Okay, so what do if you do the alphabet, we say A to Z. What do they do in Australia? Z. But the same letter. How do you get Z and Z? Okay, we're talking about the same thing, different sound, time and difference, time and space and time, distance and what do you call it, accents. Okay, so let's let you know. So I'm going to be writing things that you're going to go, what is that? And it's variations. Just to let you know, I know there's different variations and different pronunciations. Okay? So with that said, if I did something like this, if I did something like this, if I did something like this, these are all talking about, guess who you guys were singing about? Shang-Ti, or Shang-Ti. It means the Emperor of Heaven, the God above, the Supreme Being. And you guys are maybe not even knowing that. Shang-Ti, Shang-Ti. All right? And these are all variations. These are not the only ones. There's more to it. It's just like a different 1 or a different 2 or a different 3. We're writing about the same thing. Does that make sense? So I'll let you know. I'm going to do a number system on the piano. Let's do this. Now, the great creator communicates both in pictures and letters, numbers, all right? Hits the heart, the mind, soul, and spirit. He uses things like for the math, he uses numbers as his language, right? The language arts, he uses letters or characters to describe his being, his creation, all right? Does that make sense? Let me do the numbers here. I'm going to give you a system here. It says number 1 is actually God himself. Number 2 is actually Son of God. Number 3, Holy Spirit. Number 4 is creation. Number 5 is grace. Number 6, our need, our shortcomings. We need help, right? Number 7, God's perfection. Number 8, do it again, resurrection. Here we go. Let me show you what it sounds like, though, on the keys. Beautiful. Oh, all right, we have... eight tones. The first one and the 8th one are the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're the same. Now let me put it in a song. Some of you might have heard this. I played a broken chord and I played it solid. 1, 3, 5, where I hit, it says God, and then it says over here, Holy Spirit, and then grace. Maybe some of you heard this ending of songs in the church go. What I did a 1, 4, 5, hitting God, creation, and grace, God the Son, and grace, and then back to God, Son, and grace. Very interesting under this system. Like, wait a minute, here's something else. We have in the Asian culture, there's a 5-note scale, okay? It hits all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It hits the God, Son, and you got the Holy Spirit, creation, and grace, backwards and forward. In any order. It brings the numbers and beauty, then you get the sound to it, and then it affects you emotionally with these different wavelengths that's going through. Very interesting. Okay, so we have. What they're doing is they're telling you about the universe, about creation. They're telling you about heaven and earth, using the number systems and sound to hit your soul, your spirit. I said, that's fantastic. How many of you learned that in piano lessons? Probably not, right? We got one. All right? No, we got 2. So this is beautiful. Now you go around the world, we have these other scales. Okay, it's an 8-note scale. All right? Hitting all 8. The 8th is to begin again. Okay? Or a resurrection. A new beginning. I keep on going. I keep on going. Keep going. All right? Watch this. I can make. All right? So the Europeans usually that 8-note scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it starts all over again. And, you know, the Emperor of Heaven uses these tones in these different countries, and they're different varieties, but it's his system. And if you're born in one country, you know it this way. You're born in another country, you know it this way. If you travel, going, oh, wow. I'm going to combine 2 of countries, okay? Let me do a traditional Western, a dominant 7, we call it, okay? And I'm going to combine with that Middle Eastern. You combine the cultures together. So here's the, all right, there's the West, and here's the Middle East. I'm going to put the 2 regions together. You can do that with food too. I love that. I got a hamburger with kimchi. It says, what? All right. You can combine the 2 together. Here's the Asian experience right here, the pentatonic, the 5-note scale. Sounds a little bit like heaven, right? Now watch this. I can actually take that same scale, that 5-note scale, and I can put a little bit of soul to it. I can put a little bit of speed to it, a little bit of, chili to it, okay? Listen to these notes. Okay? But what if I did this? A little funk with the little Asian. So how do you do that? Amazing. And the food's great too. And it's like, what? Right? A little bit of sound effects. Watch this. Electric piano. Okay? And a little funk. God is amazing, and he just uses everybody's cultures. I'll give you numbers, I'll give you letters. Show me what you can do with it. That's amazing. Appreciation around in the world, what people do. I want you to hear this one too. A lot of popular sounds is just 1, 5. Whether you're blowing the trumpet or the shofar, 1, 5. Right? A cadenza, the ending. That's very popular around the world, that sound. And the 1 goes again, or the 8. Right? Okay? So you have this. All right? So with the number systems, I'm hitting 1, 5, 8. I'm hitting God, His grace. Let's do it again. God, His grace, let's do it again. Here's an 8 note. I like to call it, little upbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. 1, hitting God's about what He means. God, Son, Holy Spirit, creation, grace, our need for God. 7, there's the perfect number of God. And 8, let's do it again. And you're hearing this boom, boom. Oh, yeah, do it again. Now the pentatonic scale. Okay? You know it like this. But I'm not going to do it that way. You'll hear it. Are you ready? I can do that pentatonic scale in the bass too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. 1, 5, 1. I'm going to put that little extra, that 6 note. We need a little help. Number 6, man's insufficiency. People need God. So I'm going to put 1, 4, 5, and our little 2 cents in there. 1, 8. God, do it again. There's my 5, there's grace, and there's people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it goes over and over. Now watch together. And then I'm going to take that pentatonic scale. Okay, I'm going to take that 8 note. And I can take that 5 scale and put it together. You'll wonder why. Why does it sound so good? Why is it happy? I don't know. I just like it. I know why. You're hitting God's, all of his what do you call, levels. You're hitting all of his frequencies. You're hitting all of these things. That's like you're going, oh, that's great. All right? When I looked at this stuff, I like that because it repeats. It's hitting all my frequencies. How many chakras do you have? 7, God's perfect number. You're like, what? When you get that all in line, it's fantastic, right? Okay, or my 8, let's do it again, resurrection. Or my 5, let's do this one. I'm going to do this. And back down. Together, here we go. Did you hear that? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm doing 5 on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Now you wonder why it's so good? It's hitting all your centers. It's hitting all your levels. It's hitting all what the Creator has given to you. Going, oh my goodness, I like this. Okay? I don't know why. He knows. And now you have a little bit deal of the numbers, how it can affect your body, right? Here's another common one, 1, 4, 5 progression. What I mean is, you take a note from a scale. I'm going to do the 4th one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the 5th one. 5. God, creation, grace, creation, God. Amazing. And you don't really know, why do I like that? Why it hits me in a certain way? Because you're hitting your tones, your centers all at the same time. And especially a song that does all 8. All right? So, a little bit on that. Let's do some letters. I won't do the whole alphabet, but we have different letters in context or words in context. If I said this to you, how do you read that? Red. I heard red and read. You're both right. How do you know which one? In context. Okay, in its context. Today I will read, 2 books. Yesterday I read 1 book. So when I write these symbols in other languages, it's the same thing. Let's let you know. Well, is it Shang Ti or Shang Di? It's a Shang Di. We have accents. We have, in context, you'll know which one to use. Does that make sense? Anybody confused? Just to let you know. Okay, like the color. How do we read this? And this? How would a British read it? How about this one? China, America. Where's the R? There isn't. It's already understood. So there's some things, when I write some letters down in numbers or Chinese characters, it's understood. It's not even written. You just have to be grown up in that culture to know. It's China. You say, why did you think China? There's no R on there. And then it's car. When you go ka. When did you say R? Now I'm confused.
When you grew up on the East Coast, I grew up in Maine. That's what you did.
So you knew that Pakyakad and Havayad, right? What? I don't get it. We say Chinese R, they curl up their R's, they go, her, her. How would you say that in Spanish? French? How would you say it in English? It's the same letter, same Roman alphabet. What's going on? You did it wrong. No, it's a variation. You did it wrong. No, it's an accent. So when I write these characters, that's not how you write Shang-Ti. Well, this is one way. Okay? Help me out in French. How do you say this in English? West Coast. California. How do you say it? Okay? How do you say it in Maine? Good question. You know how to roll your R's? How would you do that in Spanish? How do you get in one letter? It's crazy. It's the same letter. It depends on your upbringing, time and space, distance, okay, a language. So me doing this and saying, that's Chinese for a person. But what is this? How would you say that? Ren. Watch this. When. So this is not going to help you. Like, I'm not going to even tell you to say it or anything else because that doesn't make no sense. How do you get, I'll write this, the word when from this. That's a whole different lecture and stuff like this. But this will let you know, okay? This doesn't help. All right? Okay. R is an example of a letter. Same thing, same letter, but different pronunciations. Sometimes in your own culture, they will change a letter, a word. It changes its meaning. Okay? God is fantastic with all of these different variations that he has, right? All right, let's get down to business. I like what you guys were singing. I want to focus on that right there. I was stationed in Europe and also was an English teacher, so a civilian there too. And in China, they have this place called the Temple of Heaven. And you know who they call the Emperor of Heaven? The Supreme Being? When I hear you guys say stuff, God, Emperor of Heaven, the Supreme Being, whatever, my ear's going, do you know what you're saying? The most honorable, the most elevated, the Supreme Being, the Emperor of Heaven. Here's some variations you might see. You might see this. They might put a dash. Okay? So I'm hearing you sing, I'm going, well, the original of that, do you guys know you're going, God, Emperor of Heaven, the Supreme Being, you know? And then all the characteristics with this, with love, peace, joy. It's amazing. I'm going to do something in English here first, and then I'm going to change some things. The numbers, the letters, the words, it's language. I want to say some statements that you might have heard before. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the Word became flesh, the Word. In Greek, logos. That's Word. Okay? In the Chinese, xian, the Word. How does the Word become flesh? In the ancient cultures, it says, wait a minute. That's Chinese for word. This is a mouth. Can we see that? Can you draw it a little bigger? These are your sound waves going up. And I find it interesting, it's 3. Okay? And like a little glory mark. Okay? A light. That's funny. God is glory. God is light. This is the English version. This is word also. Right? This is another language. They go from right to left. Here in the West, usually we read from left to right. In China, a little here, they go from top to bottom. Word. Aleph Tav is the word. In the Hebrew, Aleph Tav and everything in between. What is that? It's letters. It's a number. Okay? It's a picture, and it has a sound to it if you put it in letters, put it in a word. Okay? This right here, maybe you might have known the in the Greek, Alpha, Omega, Aleph, Tav. Maybe you heard the first and the last, the beginning and the end. It's amazing how the great Emperor of Heaven uses numbers and letters and sounds and pictures to communicate to everybody. Do the best you can. Even if you do say it in an accent, he understands what you're saying. Okay? Here's something else that's amazing. Anybody know what that word is? This is the common word for China. But even a lot of people of their own cultures don't understand their own DNA, their own ancestry, or their own language, or history, or have never been through their whole country themselves. Watch. This is a mouth. That's square. It says here, watch the progression of time and distance. Oh, language comes from above. Well, here's another one. Oh, words and numbers come from above. Read it again. Language comes from God to our mouths. depending on your train. Now, you're in a communist country, they don't say God. Language from above. But the ancient Chinese, language comes from God. I wonder, is that why they write from top to bottom? Because language is from above. You get some of those templates in your head, and it gets you thinking. Right? Logos. Logic. You got to be logical. What are you saying? The Word was with God, the Word was God and became flesh. Be logical. Be godlike. Be reasonable. Be righteous. Be on the same tracking so you won't get fooled. When you say be logical, you're saying be like the Most High, the Emperor of Heaven. Amazing. All right? Here, Aleph Tav, Alpha Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and end. But you know what's interesting? In the Hebrew, we have a timeline, but it's infinity. Is that me? Yeah, that's you. Do I need adjustment? I'll go slow. So here we go. In the ancient language, they say in beginning. We're not sure if it was here, 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 over here, but in the beginning. In the end. We're not sure if it's, where the end is. In the beginning, first or last. We think there's a stopping point. In these languages, it's infinity. Okay? Does that make sense? Alpha and Omega. In beginning. We're not sure where. Where? It's not on the line. Do you know, like, for example, Omega means everlasting. It doesn't mean the end. There is no end. But for our mind and our place here on the earth, we do this. Infinity. In the beginning, first and the last, the Alpha and Omega, the Aleph or Tav. It's amazing. So something like this, it's like if you think about this, why don't they teach this? It might make things a little bit more simpler. I'm going to do a little characters. I'm writing the same word. Okay, your handwriting is different. We all learn the same alphabet. Why is your handwriting different? Your own personality. So when I write this thing, some people say, "Oh, that's not how you do it. You do it this way. Oh, you do it this way. You do it." Oh, no, but you do it this way. It's the same word with a different handwriting style. Just to let you know. This in Asia is a person. Say I'm walking like this. This is head to toe. And that's my leg coming out. Okay? You guess what this is. Sound and 3. Did I hear 3? What else? Level sounds, 3. Vibrations, stairs. You're all right. Read it again. Do it with the numbers. Read it again. Do it with the pictures. Read it again. Do it with the vibrations. All right? This is amazing. If I did this, what did I do? What is that? What if I do this? I'm going to let your own mind figure out. Read the pictures, right? All right? In the Paleo-Chinese, this is a person. This is 3, but it also is vibrations. Like we see the word's going up. You're talking to heaven. Okay? Here you have different peoples at different levels of degrees. You have this person. You have this person. You have this person. You have this kind of person. It represents statues or positions of life, but also in the heavens. Okay? Can you imagine what this might be? Coming down to here. Contemporary Chinese, here's a person of a higher level. Okay, here's a person with authority. There's Shang Ti. The big man, the Grand Master, all right? Isn't that amazing? Then you talk about talking, the sound waves. You talk about the number 3. This is 3, by the way, in Chinese, modern Chinese, that's 3. What? All at the same time. All right? Amazing. Anybody lost? Oh, you know what? Let me do this. Put one more here. Do that right there. Should have got that right. I'll simplify it. This is one way of writing God in Chinese. Can anybody think what this is? This is a garden. You guess which one with 4 rivers. This was the mouth. This is talking. What is God in the garden with his mouth talking to God? In English, what would that be? Praying. Talking to God. Let's have peace. Let's pray. Let's have tranquility. You're going to see a God symbol and things to describe. What's this tranquility? Walking with God. What is prayer? Talking to God. I go, what? Okay, what is peace? All right, no violence, love toward God. It's like, you got to be kidding me. In the garden, it was peaceful. Okay, we have first person here, and he's talking. This here, sometimes they call it happiness. Well, I guess so. Or as you know, it's blessings or blessed. You'll know in context how it's used. But those are all the right answers. Talking to God, prayer, meditation, happiness, blessing. That character is, you got to be kidding me. It's beautiful. All right? But it's funny like this. When we write peace, I don't get that picture or numbers. When I put down love, when I put down harmony, and you could go on, right? Name one. Something you did today. Joy.
Bliss.
Okay? The list goes on. Bliss from blessing, by the way, just to let you know. What is this? Anything with a God symbol, and they have these things. I don't get that when I say the word peace. It's just phonetic. There's no pictures, there's no numbers. I don't get this with love. It's just, what is love? In the Greek, they have like 4 ways of love. What do you mean? Agape, okay, storge, eros, philo, they're not the same thing. We say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And in Greek, it says, I agape you, I philo you. It says, there's shades of differences. They're not the same, but we don't get this. You know what this comes from? I'm not joking. The ovum, the egg. It's French. And you don't even know. Grandma, I love you. You know, my dog, I love you. What does eggs have to do with this? And now in the Greek, I can say that's the eros, the erotic. So the ancients had their language system, like in the Chinese, they gave you the pictures, okay? Just read the pictures. In the Hebrew, they give you numbers, pictures, and the letters, the sounds, okay? In English, it's just totally phonetic. And love is actually from the Latin, the ovum. Le is the in French. L'heure. Love. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. This is just a little brief. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. But I want to put one more symbol to bless you all. We actually did blessing. Let's do... There. I'm going to do it this way. Okay? Let me make sure I get it right here. There we go. This is a popular word for Shang-Ti, or Shang-Ti, the Emperor of Heaven, the Most High God, the Supreme. All right? There's differences here. Now, this will let you know, in the Chinese, top to bottom, I would write this top to bottom. This would actually go like this. In the temple of heaven, they're running from top to bottom because language comes from heaven. Language comes from God, top to bottom. Oh, there you go. See that? Language comes from above. From this. Shang-Ti. If I broke this up, this is from above, coming down, passing the clouds, going to the foundation. I'm hearing you guys singing above and the foundation. Wow. Like, are you kidding me? Here's the glory, radiant light. Here's the covering, God watching over us. Here's the language from top to bottom. Here's the number one, Supreme God. And here's us under God's shelter. Oh, my goodness.
Can you give us a song, a closing song?
Yes, I can. I'm going to keep you that there.
A blessing, a closing
Yes.
before we go into our meditation.
Here we go. Shang-Ti. Om, did you guys do that for me? It's an olive and a mem. Om is for God, the sound. Oh, that's God. Oh my God. That's a mem, which means God bursting forth. So when you're going Om, you're going God burst forth. By the way, Shang-Ti, the Emperor of Heaven.
Love it. All right.
Something more a little bit holy. Listen for it. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you.
So before we go into our meditation, you guys want to just stand up for a moment and let's take a little stretch. All right. You can groan too. Just a little stretch, right? Stretch it out a little, roll those shoulders. Oh. All right, rock a little side to side and go ahead and find your seats. So we meditate locally to heal globally, all right? This is our world healing meditation. So just take a moment to soften your breath, soften your eyes, your face, your jaw. Let the shoulders drop. On your inhale, feel the expansion of your rib basket. As you exhale, feel everything just kind of snuggling in into your chair. And just let it all go, right? Whatever it is, let it go. And imagine a spark, like this little light in the very center. Tune into that light. And with each breath you take, allow it to expand. It envelops you. It envelops this space. It envelops our planet, sending this light out. Peace, peace, peace. keeping your eyes closed, just very gently take your hand and place it over your heart center. Right? Not necessarily your heart, but your heart center. And just feel the pulse, feel the vibration there. It's the same as the breath. It's the same as the ocean. In and out, ebb and flow. And just taking a moment to send that peace, that harmony, that balance out into the world. And then you can allow the palms to gently find each other in our traditional heart mudra, with the thumbs just nestled in at the sternum. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale everything. Release your hands, open your eyes, and come back into this moment. I'll bring up Nancy for our closing words.
Oh, it's up there. Never mind. It's on the screen. It's okay. Yeah, it's right here. Ooh. How does everyone feel? That felt good. Thank you, Mike Leon. Thank you so much. Really, really fabulous information, and your playing is so beautiful. I mean, you invoke that emotion like you talked about so beautifully. At this time, we like to say our closing invocation together, and it's so beautiful, Frank, that it's up on the screen. So let's say it together. Father, Mother, God, and Goddess, thank you for the blessings we have received. Be with us now as we leave this sacred circle and go forth into our daily lives, taking the energy generated here tonight out into the worlds, our world, the people we love, and all we touch. May we be your open channels into this each day. Oh, thank you. So as I mentioned in the beginning, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. Tithing keeps us in the black. Your donations literally keep the lights on. We like to offer a small honorarium to our musicians and our speakers to honor them and their time and willingness to share their gifts with us. All your donations are put towards this beautiful exchange of appreciation. We do so appreciate you. Please let your friends know about us and our events. This is how we grow and continue to heal the world. If you would like to tithe, please see our treasurer, Liz. All your donations are tax deductible. So at this time, speaking of appreciation, our board is an all-volunteer board. Many of us have been doing this 15 or more years. So would our board stand up? Florence, Liz, Dina, Frank is our president, myself. That's who's here tonight anyway. We have a few more members that aren't of our board that aren't here tonight. We have feedback cards in our program. I think they're purple. If you would love to fill them out, we love to read them. We read them at our board meetings. What is the date of our next full moon? January. I'm thinking something like that too. Anyway, it's going to be Dr. Reverend Patrick Arbula. He does every January with us our intention settings. It's a great ceremony. We come together, we say what we intend and what we want to release and what we want to bring into our lives for this 2025. I can't believe we're halfway through this decade. So it'll be a beautiful ceremony. What is the date?
I'm not sure. I haven't put it in yet.
Oh.
It'll be on the website.
Yeah, well, you'll get emails and a phone call, and so please join us next month. So I think that does it for me right now, and we'll have Dina come up and we'll have our closing ritual.
And I would just like to say thank you to Mike one more time. And if you all would join me in a celebration, because it was awesome. It was amazing. I enjoyed it very much. And what I received was that what you were saying and all of that, that there's multiple layers of information coming in that form versus the peace and love and that we have in our. So thank you for that extra layer. I appreciate that. The vibration of all that information. So please join me. And as we come to the close of our full moon ceremony this evening, let us take just a moment and savor the energy that we have generated here this evening. We are powerful beings, and look what we've done. We've changed the tapestry of the planet, the universe, and all of that just by being us and being who we are individually with our intention intact. Thank you, Mike. We have generated love tonight together, and we give others permission to be love. I'm sorry, I have to say one thing. Hatred has been marketed like super powerfully. It's time for us to market love. So as we go out, all we have to do is like, I see you, love. I see you, love. Thank you, I have to. Clearly knowing yourself as an instrument of light, a being of spirit, you add one more grain of salt, one more grain of sand to the scales that hold the balance for our global future. Please know that at a certain point, one grain of sand can tip the scales, and you in this very moment are that grain of sand. I would like to invite the candle lighters to come back and form a circle around the table. And as they come, if you would all please stand and join the candle bearers in the center. And as you approach, take a deep breath in. Reverence for the splendid opportunity that we've given ourselves by standing here and holding space for the rest of us. Let us embody this spiritual power that has been generated and received from the forces of light that guide this service. Let us focus that energy into the group's center, allowing it to rise up and pour this blessing out into our world, extending its positive healing effect throughout the awareness of humankind and the consciousness of our planet. We together will sound an extended free-form Om. As the sacred tone pours through you, feel yourself participating, drawing this healing love energy deeply into yourself and sending it out into your life and into our world. As we sound the Om, let us consciously extend our blessing to our planetary life, Mother Earth. Include the animals, the trees, the air, and the water, as well as to all those who are in need of healing. And for those we would like to include in this healing circle, we speak their names together silently or audibly now. And with power, love, and intelligence, let us send out this healing light energy to transform the consciousness of humankind, uplift the planet, Thank you. Blessings and good night. Joy travels.